Hello, everybody in New Zealand, in the Philippines, in Taiwan. We're the Men in Blazers from the crap part of Soho in New York City. This is Rog. I'm Davo. So, wow, another huge weekend in the Premier League, Rog. We're now 7/38 through the season. That is a fraction that doesn't reduce, and those are always big weekends in the league, Rog.
But before we get to the football, we
Yeah.
want to commiserate with you about your rugby loss to South Africa.
My Uncle Peter will be devastated about that, Rog.
We're a bit down on South Africa ourselves right now. Thank you, Kevin Peterson.
Yeah, he's actually
But it wasn't
English,
all bad
Rog.
news, David.
Yeah. What else happened?
Well, we've got a big headline out of
Yeah.
the New Zealand press, which we now track to commune with you.
Coming
Chinese
straight in on
man
your phone.
stopped at New Zealand customs
Yeah.
for bringing along an 11-inch donkey penis. He declared, as well as other donkey meat, that it was just food.
I'm hearing giggling from outside the door, Rog.
But the only reason to stop
Yeah.
an aged Chinese man with an 11-inch donkey penis
Yeah.
is just to applaud.
Yeah, great job. Great job. Both the man and customs did very, very well.
To the football.
To the football, Rog. Okay, big game this weekend. Chelsea versus Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. Two managers, Wenger, Mourinho, really don't like each other. Wenger has had very little success against Mourinho. In fact, he's never won. This is the 12th meeting between the teams.
And he's had 12 bare-bottom spankings in full public display.
Yeah, but it all kicked off a challenge, Rog. I think it's the 19th minute. Gary Cahill goes high against Alexis Sanchez.
And in NHL, the hockey league here,
Yeah.
when your flair player is taken out,
Yeah.
two goons must challenge each other to drop gloves and fight.
Yeah.
And goons they were.
Yeah, French goon, Arsene Wenger. He goes in. How did he come in, Rog, against
He came
Mourinho?
in with the Terminator move. He tried to rip out Jose
Yeah.
Mourinho, still beating hard. Jose's
Yeah.
seen that move many times
Jose
before.
went for an unorthodox fighting move. He went with the flick of the tie to the left hand, straight into the nose.
That
So
is like,
insulting
honestly,
to
the
a
tie
Frenchman.
flip. The tie flip it hurts like a kidney punch. It doesn't look like it hurts, but take it from me, the
It's
tie flip
humiliating.
hurts.
A Frenchman does not like his tie flipped into his
And then they
nose,
went at it again.
Rog.
Jose Mourinho beckoned him over. They went at it for some seconds.
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger stormed towards him, hands in pockets. I don't come in anger, but my head is going to rest against your head.
Yeah.
It was all deeply undignified.
Yeah.
And whatever shred of honour Arsene Wenger still retained, he soon lost it.
Yeah, well,
Chelsea
without
went
a
1-0
doubt.
ahead.
I mean, frankly, Arsene Wenger was harder than anyone in Arsenal's midfield. Chelsea go ahead. A moment of magic from Eden Hazard.
He just seemed
Rog.
to turn his enormous buttocks to warp speed.
Yeah.
Because Shelney's little French head couldn't compute.
Yeah, and then takes a fantastic penalty, Rog. A no-look toe poke into the right-hand corner.
It would
Chelsea
get worse.
go 1-0.
Cesc
It gets
Fabregas,
worse.
once a darling of every Arsenal lover across the
We're
globe,
Cesc's
now
team.
wearing blue.
Yeah. and
That
just
pass.
killing
Was
them.
it a pass, David?
Well, 78th minute. It was more like a 54-degree wedge, Rog. Perfectly just backspins into the chest of Diego Costa. Brings it under control.
Jazz hands.
Well, he went for a little bit of a funky chicken into Jazz hands.
Give the people what they came here to see, man.
It was a fantastic celebration. So that was our first. The second big thing this weekend, Manchester United, I'm sorry, Rog, over your beloved Everton 2-1. Here's my question for you. Are Manchester United back, Rog?
Well, I mean, they had the pleasure of trolling every Everton fan by
Yeah.
throwing on Marouane Fellaini. It was like
Oh.
Louis van Gaal was saying, I can play with 10 men voluntarily by throwing on this stiff and still take the 3 points.
Yeah.
The honest truth was Everton missed the penalty in the clutch moments.
Well,
it was
De Gea
David
made
De
a
Gea.
fantastic save.
Series
Rog.
of them
Yeah.
down the stretch. Everton only seemed to play from 90 minutes onwards.
Yeah.
I think this was a case of Manchester United crap.
Yeah.
Everton crapper.
Wow. Well, that sort of is a little bit like the Premier League this year. Lots of teams not really firing consistently on all cylinders, other than Chelsea, has to be said. Okay, Roger, another big team in the Premier League. Lots of narrative here. Liverpool over West Bromwich Albion. But the big story, not who was playing, who wasn't playing. Mario Balotelli dropped by Brendan Rodgers.
Seemed
a
like
message
only
sent, Rog.
yesterday, Brendan Rodgers was saying, I can do anything. I
Yeah.
can train this man to market corners.
Yeah.
I think we've reached a limit of what Brendan Rodgers can teach Mario Balotelli. This was definitely a
With
lesson.
hand signals.
He threw on the Lumpen Lambert instead.
Yeah.
Didn't really work. There were moments when Lallana looked incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling is starting to look like a very, very tired man. Perhaps it's the repetitive games. Perhaps it's the weight of the burden carrying this team
Oh, the
on
weight
his
of the
shoulders.
shirt.
But credit Liverpool, David.
Yeah.
Credit Liverpool. West Brom got themselves back into the game. Liverpool dug deep. Jordan Henderson.
Well, that's the man. I mean, Rog, I think we're starting to see. I was back in England over the weekend playing a bit of golf myself, Rog, and all over radio, all in the newspapers, a lot of talk about the emergence of the next Liverpool captain, perhaps the next England captain in Jordan Henderson. Scored a great goal, a true box-to-box midfielder.
It
Interesting,
wasn't
Rog.
always pretty, but there's nothing prettier than winning, Davo, and Liverpool are back.
Okay, goodbye. New Zealand, Philippines, Taiwan.
And
we're
that
the men in
Chinese man with the
blazers.
11-inch donkey penis in particular.
Call us.